Recording in progress.
Okay, good morning. So yesterday I given you an overview of what is web server and what is a website. These two terms we discussed and we saw practically what is a web server and what is a website. Yesterday I showed you a process which is by default available in Windows operating system. But people, when you are practicing, sometimes you will say that in my Windows, I don't have IIS working, IIS is not there. That these are general things. So for that, what we do is, now we are going to learn how do we set up the environment for building the applications so that this environment will work for all kind of platforms. You may be using Windows or Mac or any Linux, any operating system. You can use this environment, and till the end of all our full stack development, everything we will work in this environment only. So how do we set up environment for building web applications? So we will see that point now. For that, one more important term we have to discuss. Already yesterday I showed you what is a website. Technically, website is a virtual directory. Website is a virtual directory. And I showed you that the virtual directory contains two paths, virtual path and a physical path. Virtual path is used for the clients to access the resources from website. Physical path is used by developers to keep the resources related to the website. So now we have to know one more important point, that is what is a web application. We need to know what is a web application. What is difference between a website and a web application? We need to understand that point. Actually, website and web applications are different. That means everything on internet is not a website. You have to first know the classification. That means as a web developer, we have to build websites, we have to build applications. So much is there. So everything on internet is not a website, because generally you people technically don't know. That's the reason you will call everything as website only. But as a developer, you should not say everything as a website. You should know the technical difference now. So website and web application difference is, a website comprises of, technically it comprises of all static resources. All static resources. What is static, what is non-static, I will tell you now. So website comprises of all static resources. All the static resources. That means it will have some information that is provided to you. You can just watch it. There are no interactions here. No interactions means you will select an option, it will display the details. You can just watch what they provided to you. You can't do any interactions there. So this contains only static resource. Best example, suppose we have some Naresh IT website. In Naresh IT website, all courses information, all the faculty information, everything is provided. Course contents and everything is provided. And think that if they haven't provided anything like chat or anything like registration or anything like login, anything like searching. Just they provided some information about course contents and details which you can open and see. There are no interactions allowed. In that case, you are watching a website. You are watching a website. That means it's just a website. It provides some information, you can just watch it. But if there is a search box where you can search for the course you are looking for, there is a chat box where you can chat with the help desk, there is a registration form for registering and login. That means if it is interacting, then we call it as a web application. So web application is larger than a website. That means Amazon or Flipkart or IRCTC, all these are not websites actually. They are web applications. So that means you can open them, you can do some interaction, searching, doing reservations and everything. All this comes under the category of web application. So you are learning how to build a web application means website is nothing for you. Because if you can build a web application, then website is just a 5-10% of web application. That means you can able to handle both websites as well as web applications. So technically, a web application, you can simply say that it contains both static and dynamic resources. What is static, what is dynamic, I will tell you now. We will discuss that. It contains both static and dynamic resources. That means it provides information so that you can watch and you can see what they are providing to you, and you can also have some queries. You can interact with it. So we are learning how to develop web applications. That means it is more than a website. And a website, no need to specially learn. Once you know how to build an application, you will get a clarity on both of them, website as well as web application. That is the reason all these days I am saying that web application. That means as a full stack developer, UI developer can build only websites. Only UI developer, they can build only websites. To build a web application, they need knowledge of both front end and back end. As I already told you, we need knowledge of both front end and back end. And web application is a combination of both front end and back end. Website is only front end, presentation itself. So on internet, we have websites and we have web applications. Not only websites and web applications, we have what is a blog. On internet, you will find blogs also. That means if you say that I am learning a web development course, then anybody may ask you like, I want a blog also for my website. I want you to design a blog for me. Then you should first know what is blog, right? That means on internet, everything that you watch is not website. We have websites, we have web applications, we have blogs. Actually, the word blog came from web log. In short, we call it as blog. The term blog came from the term web log. In computer technology, log means activities. Log contains the information about the activities that you are doing. Log contains the information about the activities you are doing. For example, I will tell you one simple general concept. Suppose you want to join some web development course, and for that you visited Naresh IT website and you found there is a course called web development, and you joined that course and you are learning it. Now, after you join that course and learning, will you every day use that website of Naresh IT? No more required. That means website is only for one-time users, huh? Because website contains all the courses information. I joined, then that is no use for me anymore. I already joined. Now after joining, generally what we do is, for example, your faculty have a blog. You will follow the blog of your faculty. In that blog, that means actually blog is nothing but it is like journals on internet. That means users publish regular updates into that journal. That means what they have done yesterday, what they are doing today, what they will do in the next day, everything they will provide in a blog. Then what we do is we follow the blogs. That means every day I don't need Naresh IT website. I need the blog of the faculty who is teaching me the course, so that he will upload daily updates into that blog, like what we learned today, what we are going to learn tomorrow. So website is different, blog is different. Blogs are free. You don't need to purchase. There are so many blog providers, they are free. You can freely create a blog and you can have a blog for yourself. These days, people forget these blogs. These days, very popular is vlogs, video logs. Example of video log is YouTube channels. On YouTube, you have several channels now. Early days, we don't have those YouTube channels. People have to depend on blogs. They will say that I have a food blog, you follow my food blog. Now they are saying that I have a food channel, follow my channel. That means all the activities are now going to happen not in the form of text and pictures. They are going to have in the form of videos now. Now YouTube channels, whatever you are watching, they come under the category of video logs. They say that you follow my vlog. That means you follow their vlog, they will teach you everything, they will tell you everything, they will keep you update about everything about themselves. Usually blogs are published and maintained by individual users. Blogs are usually maintained by individual users. I am not saying entire YouTube is blog. I am saying only YouTube channel is a blog. Entire YouTube is not a blog. YouTube channels are called as blogs. You have so many blogs. People are making money with blogs these days. If you know, earlier what we have to do is, if we have a blog, we can publish all the information in the blog. People subscribes to my blog and they will watch that information, and Google will put advertisements in my blog, and for those advertisements they will pay us. That means Google pays you for what you are publishing. So that means blog is free, YouTube channel is free, you can make money with that. People are now making money with these blogs very much. For example, you can create your own blogs. For example, you can see here, I will show you a simple location here. So blogger.com, this is a free blog creator. That means you can create a free blog here. You can create a free blog. It's completely free. You can create your own blog. You can publish information. You can share this blog to all your friends. So worldwide, anybody can follow it. And for that, even Google pays you if your blog is having more subscribers, if your blog is having good content. So this is free. You can create these blogs. It's free. Now, how to handle these kind of contents you will learn in the later stages. You are going to learn. But these days, more than these blogs, I told you, we are having vlogs, video logs. Many people forgot these blogs. People are not following these blogs very much. Now everybody is going on video. Even if you want to learn about some HTML, on YouTube videos are available. You have to just follow a vlog of any particular person who is teaching those videos, right? Earlier, we used to have everything in the form of content, text, pictures, and presentations on the screen. So blog is different from websites. Blog usually publishes everything on one page. Everything comes onto one page. Blogs are usually maintained by individual users. They update the information periodically. So you may have a website and you may have a blog. In website, we don't update day by day every day. In blogs, we keep that updates regularly. That is the difference between a website, web application, and blogs. On internet, you have blogs. You have what is a wiki. We have wikis. We have wikis. Actually, the term wiki, it is a Hawaiian term. So it is a Hawaiian language. Hawaiian is a language. In Hawaiian term, wiki means quick. Wiki means quick. What are the specialities about wikis? What is wiki? What is the speciality of a wiki? One best example I will give you. Wiki means you people know Wikipedia. So, but wiki means not just Wikipedia. So there are so many things which are wiki. What does wiki means? For example, see, what does wiki means? And actually, Wikipedia means a quick reference for encyclopedia. In short, they name it as Wikipedia. It's a quick reference for encyclopedia. That is a Wikipedia. But the concept of wiki is not that. Wiki means, see, suppose I opened some website, nareshit.com. And in this website, I went to some courses and selected some course. Some information about that course came here. And very important, they given all the course related contents and information. So can I change this line? Can I make any changes in this website? No. If it allows, then it is called wiki. If it allows, then it is called wiki. Wiki means anybody can modify it. Anybody can change it. For example, that is the reason many of you people don't know the correct meaning of Wikipedia. Actually, we have Wikipedia. We have Wikipedia. In the Wikipedia, why it is called Wikipedia, you people majority don't know. I am searching for, suppose, JavaScript. I am searching for JavaScript. Some information came about JavaScript. You see, some information came about JavaScript. And you can observe here, in that information, you can see there is a edit button. There is a edit button. You might observe or not, I don't know. All these days, if you know Wikipedia, there is an edit button. Edit button is nothing but, if you know better than what people have written there, then you can go to the edit and you can make changes in this content. But very important is, even you make the changes, there will be a team of their own admins. The team will verify the content that you have posted is good, is appropriate, is not having any copyright issues. So that means there will be a certain team which will scrutinize all the content that you have uploaded. And if they think that that's good, whatever you written, then they will save your changes. And they will give you the credits for you. That means they will say that this article posted by this person. That means you have that information to configure. You have that information to configure. You can make changes. That means if anybody can make changes, remember, everything you cannot change. You can change only certain contents. If it is allowing you to make changes in their content, then that is not a website or a web application or a blog. We call it as a wiki. And wiki means not just Wikipedia. For example, majority of you people, for suppose if you know there is a website called imdb.com. There is a website called imdb.com. It's world famous. This is the world's movie database. If you know about international movies, all international movies related information will be here. IMDb is very popular. This is the website maintained by the people Oscars. Here you will get all the ratings from international users for the movies. Now, very important here is, here you can see there are so many movies related information. And when I click on any movie related information, it will get the information about the movie. It will get the information about the movie. And not only getting the information about the movie, what it will do is, it will give you an edit option. It will give you an edit option. That means it is having all the information about cast, crew, everything. And it says that you know more than this about this movie, or you have more information, because sometimes pictures are missing, some cast is missing, some particular person name is missing. You can update that. They will allow. That means don't think that wiki means it will have the word wiki in the beginning. That means anything that allows you to make changes is called as wiki. And the best example that you know as a wiki is your Google Maps. Google Maps is a wiki. You are using Google Maps. I hope majority of you people know that in Google Maps, you can pin a location, you can mark a location, you can write a review for any specific location, you can give ratings. And your ratings, reviews, and your photos also uploaded. You can upload the photos for that particular location. Everything is saved. So Google Maps is a wiki. So Google Maps is not a website. IMDb is not a website. Wikipedia is not a website. These are all called as wikis. So that is the difference between you and an ordinary learner. That means an ordinary learner who learns about HTML and all these things without knowing what is a website, web application, he is not suitable as a real world developer. Because how you can say yourself as a developer without minimum knowing the difference between a website and an application and a blog and a wiki, right? Because as a developer, client comes with various requirements. Client says that, no, I don't want a website, I want a wiki. That means he says that he wants a wiki. Then first you should know what is a wiki, right? Then you can build it. Building wiki-like things are very complex. It's not so easy. It's not so easy to build wiki-like contents. It requires a lot of effort in this, because you have to allow the users to edit the content live. And those content edited live may have several security issues. They may post some suspicious data. They may upload some suspicious data, which we need to prevent. A lot of security issues will come. That is what developers' role is, to handle those issues. So on web, we have websites, we have web applications, we have blogs, and we have wikis. We also have podcasting. What is podcasting? We also have podcastings. Podcasting is nothing but, actually, the word pod means multimedia. Multimedia means audio and video. I hope majority of people have an idea of iPod, but you don't know the meaning of iPod. Actually, why it is called iPod? Pod means a device that can broadcast media. Broadcast media means audio and video. Actually, podcasting is nothing but the best example for podcaster is, one of the best example is your YouTube. YouTube is a podcaster. Why it is called podcaster? Simple. Suppose you are watching YouTube on your mobile, or you are watching YouTube on your laptop, and you are connected through Wi-Fi. And on that Wi-Fi, a smart TV is connected. On the same Wi-Fi, a smart TV is connected. Do you know you can broadcast this video onto smart TV? That means you can watch on your mobile, and the same content you can live broadcast onto the TV. That means it is podcaster. That means it is not just showing you there, it is allowing to broadcast to some other devices. So it may be any Bluetooth device, it may be any Wi-Fi device. Suppose you are listening songs on Spotify or savan.com, and you can listen to those songs and broadcast them onto a Bluetooth speaker. If you are connected with a Bluetooth speaker, you can broadcast them onto a Bluetooth speaker. Those are podcasters. That is the reason they use the word Spotify is not a website. It is a podcasting. It is a podcaster. This podcasting means which can broadcast audio and video. Podcasters, Netflix and Amazon Prime, and all these YouTube, all this comes under the category of podcasting. That means you are watching there and you are broadcasting onto other devices. We call them as podcasting. So as a web developer, I hope now you understood the complexity in web development. Web development is easy, learning web designing is easy, but working for different client requirements is very complex. Web developers always have one risk. The major risk in software companies is, for web developers, is Java, .NET. These developers don't have that risk. Web developers have the risk. Why? Because one of the risk is nothing but, suppose you are designing some screen and your client is watching it. That means the person who wants it, he is watching. He don't know anything about that software that you are using, but he will give you suggestions. He will say that keep this title left side, put the photo bottom. I want the photo like zoom and rotate and again disappear. He will ask something like Harry Potter movie. That means he has lot of requirements to tell you because he don't know anything, but he is watching. He don't know anything about the technology, but he is watching what you are doing. Then he have lot of suggestions. For Java, .NET, they don't know anything. Then even they don't give any suggestion. They will say that, okay, if you say what you are doing, I say that I am writing a class and an interface. He says, okay, go. Because he don't know what is a class or an interface. He don't care about that. And he don't even provide you any suggestions. Only UI people get suggestions live from clients. Because they are watching it and they are giving it. Sometimes he will sit beside you and he will say like this, like that I want. Because small scale applications, when we are building, the person will sit beside us and he will say that I want a logo here, I want a logo there. That means you have to live design everything beside your client. That is one risk with developers in web development especially. So other technologies don't have this, because you build and give them, they give some suggestions, okay, again build. He will not care live what you are doing. So the point is, what you are building is important for the client, and client have various requirements. Because for a business, he is not satisfied with only website. For example, you built a website. Now these days, every business person will come and say that not only website, please give me a YouTube channel, like, so that I can promote myself digitally through the YouTube channel. He don't know how to create it, how to blog it. So then what you have to do is, you have to create a channel for him. You have to maintain a channel for him, take the videos given by him, upload them, edit them, all these things you have to do. So these days, this vlogging is very easy. YouTube provides everything. Just you upload a video, you can mix it by yourself and you can upload it, right? But lot of complex things also will be there, because when you are uploading the video, it should not have any copyright issues. Otherwise, your channel will be blocked. These type of technical things a developer have to understand and know about them, right? So in web, you have a lot of things, and podcasting, wiki, blogs, application, and websites. Another important, what is a widget? On internet, when you are developing applications, you will come across with all these podcasting and widgets. Widgets are nothing but they are gadgets for website. gadget for website. Gadget for website or application or blog. We can call it as a gadget. What are widgets? How these widgets are designed and why we need these widgets? Very important. For everything, we don't need a website. We need websites, we have applications, we have blogs, and we have widget. Widget means I will tell you. For example, I want to know what is the weather now. Which website to use? If I want to know what is the weather now in certain location, which website to use? No website. Not required. You can just go Google, right? You can just go Google. In the Google, you write here weather, right? And automatically it will give you a widget which contains the weather report. So this is a widget. This is a gadget that you are watching provided by Google people. Google provided a gadget for weather. You don't need to visit any separate websites. Google people have provided a gadget for various options like currency converter. You see currency converter. You don't need to visit any website. Automatically they will give a gadget for currency converter. You enter the Indian rupees and it will display US dollars how much. That means you have to visit a website, there open that location and type that information and get that information. But you don't need to do that. A gadget is provided to you. You just use that gadget. These are called widgets. And these are designed by using the languages, libraries like jQuery. So majority you will learn jQuery. Majority of the people ask like, what is the role of jQuery? In real-time development process, jQuery is used for designing such widgets. These widgets requires lot of AJAX. What is AJAX? You will learn later. They need lot of AJAX. We use jQuery for that. So technically, not only this, for example, you open a bank website, HDFC Bank. When you open the bank website, you can see that this is the bank application. In this bank application, I am scrolling down. You can see there is a EMI calculator. When I go to EMI calculator, you can see it will show a EMI calculator here. And you can calculate the EMI. You can select the amount. You can select the interest rate, calculate. It will give that here. This is a gadget. This is a widget. So widgets are nothing but gadgets for websites and applications. That means you are building a website for a supermarket. You are building a website for a supermarket, website or application. Then supermarket people say that I need a barcode reader gadget. Because for my products, I have to read the product information from a barcode. Then I need a barcode widget inside it. I need a QR code for payments. These are the gadgets we have to put inside the websites to make that work. So designing such gadgets is also very important as a web developer, because every business needs such gadgets. For example, you open any fitness website, health website, you will find a gadget called BMI calculator. BMI calculator. I hope everybody knows what is BMI calculator, right? That means these days everything is provided in the form of a small gadget. You don't need to specially visit a website. Directly Google provides these gadgets to you. So that is the advantage, and that is why we need the knowledge of these gadgets, how to build the gadgets. So you have all these options. I hope you are clear with these points. All these I will upload into the classroom notes, no need to worry. So we discussed about what web server and website and web application, and we have a blog, we have a vlog, we have wiki, we have podcasting, and we have a widgets. Web development includes so many things. You have to know about all these things. Another, everybody knows browser. Browser is a software tool which is used to open all these. websites, web applications, all these you can access and you can open from a browser. It is a software tool. Another you have to know is web debugger. As a web developer, we have to use these two things very regularly. Browser, where we watch what we are designing, everything. And web debugger is a tool which is used to find out the problems and issues in the design, in the code. When you are doing web development, what problems are there in the design? What problems are there in the code? Everything you can verify and you can check how it is performing, how much time it is taking to load. All these things you can do from a web debugger. Actually, every browser have a web debugger. We also call as developer tools. Developer tools. Every browser have a web debugger. What you can do is, suppose I opened this website. I want to know how much time it is taking to open this application. Then you can simply right click on this and select inspect. You can right click inside the page and select inspect. There is an option inspect. In the inspect, it opens the developer tools. These are developer tools. This is called web debugger. In this debugger, right side the debugger came. In this debugger, you can see what is the code written by them. And not only that, you can see here there is an option. So network. In this network, once I refresh the page, then you can see it will show it is loading the page. And after loading the page, then it will display. You can observe here at the bottom. Yeah, at the bottom, you can see it has taken at the bottom, you can see. So it is taken some 18 seconds to load. It has taken 18 seconds to load this page. As a web developer, we have to track the performance, how much time it is taking, where it is slow, why it is slow. We need to make it fast. That means we need to track the performance. For that, we need debuggers. Every browser have a debugger, and you can open that debugger just by using a right click, and you can select the option inspect. But very important is these debuggers are enough up to certain level. But at high level experience and very large scale applications, these debuggers are not enough. You need some more debuggers. The world popular debuggers like Fiddler. We have debugger like Postman. We have debuggers like so many. Firebug is a debugger for the browser called Firefox. We have a debugger called Swagger. Swagger is a debugger. Postman is a debugger. Fiddler is a debugger. These are all additional debuggers that we need as a developer to do more than what they have given in a browser. Because the debugger provided by browser is not enough for real-time complete development process. You need more than that. And these will do that. These will do. For example, so Postman, this is a debugger. Just I am showing you overview about that. Later you are going to use them. You will see how they work also. So initially you should know what is a web debugger and what is the role of web debugger. Now you can see this is the web debugger. So you can see this is a web debugger. This is Postman. It is a debugger. And this debugger is used for handling various things. So it is used for testing your pages, what data it is returning, what type of content it is returning, all such things you can manage from here. These are not required at this level. Towards the end, you will see about these kind of debuggers. But you should know that we need a debugger, and every browser have a debugger. These are all the important terms related to web. These are all important terms related to web. So we have web servers, website, application, blogs, vlogs, wikis, podcasting, widgets, and browser and web debuggers. So these are very important to understand before starting anything practically. Once we start working, some more things we will discuss. Now we will see how we can set up the environment for start building the applications. We will see that. Let's see. So this is very important now. Set up environment for building web application. So how do we set up environment for building web application? This is the point we are going to discuss now. That means this is what you have to do practically also. So keep note of these things very much. Why? Because until the end of our course, we are going to use this environment. So you have to understand this environment, how we can set up. First point. So you need to keep a note about these things. Why? Because you have to do this practically, and up to the end of our course, we are going to work with this environment. I will not repeat this again and again. Once we learn today and till end, the same will continue. Okay. So some more additional things may come in future, but initially this is the basic environment. First point, what you have to do is download and install Node.js on your PC. Download and install Node.js on your PC. How to do that? I will show you now. First question here is, why I need Node.js? Actually, 2 points are there. In our full stack development, we are going to use this Node.js. We are going to use it as a server-side technology. We are going to use as server-side technology. Node.js we are going to use in our full stack development as a server-side technology. That is the reason we need Node.js. But immediately we are not learning server-side technology first. First we will learn about front end, then we will go into back end. Then why you need this immediately? First, because this Node.js will provide a tool called package manager. It will provide a tool called package manager. A web developer needs a package manager. So web developers need package managers. What is package manager? I will tell you. For example, I am designing a project. When I am designing a project, in that project, I want to use some Angular. In that project, I want to use Angular, or I want to use React, or I want to use some Bootstrap, or I want to use some other library, jQuery, JavaScript. JavaScript is default available, jQuery and all. So if I want to use, see what I have to do. Suppose I want to use Bootstrap. So in my project, first I have to visit their website, www.getbootstrap.com. I have to visit their website. Once I visit the website, they will give a download button. I have to go to that download button. So when I click download, you see download. When I click download, they will give you the download links, CSS files, JS files. You have to download that files. When you download, obviously so many files will be there. They will give a zip file. We have to copy that, uncompress, and copy those uncompressed files. Go to the project and create a folder there and paste that in that folder. This is lengthy process. That means what we have to do, open the website, download that library, whatever files required, copy them and go to the project and paste them. This is lengthy process. And another problem is, while copying, if I missed any one dependency file, then that library will not work properly. Due to that, so what is best recommended for developer is use a package manager. Package manager is a software which allows you to download and install any library for your project by using simple commands. That means if I want to install Bootstrap in my project, then what I have to do is just sample I am showing you. I can go to my project here. In that project, I have to run the command npm install bootstrap. npm is a package manager, node package manager. Like node package manager, so many package managers are present. And if I run this command, what it will do, it will connect to that website. It will download the library. It will copy that into your project. That means your project is ready to use that library. Only one command. Otherwise, what you have to do is visit the website, download the library, copy the file, uncompress the file, copy those uncompressed files, paste in project. That's all lengthy process. Better use a package manager. So many package managers are there in the world. You have package managers like npm, node package manager. You have package managers like yarn. Yarn is a package manager. You have package managers like NuGet. You have package manager like NuGet. You have package manager like Bower. You have package manager like Grunt. You have package manager like Ruby Gems. So many package managers are there. And npm is a package manager. It is a package manager that comes with Node.js. That means if you install Node.js, by default, you will get a package manager called npm. So as a web developer, we need package managers before starting anything. That is the reason we are installing Node.js. We are downloading and installing Node.js. So why to install Node.js? The reason I explained. We will use directly Node.js later, but before that we will use the package manager provided by Node.js, and the package manager name is npm. You can see the website. You see the Bootstrap website. In this Bootstrap website, you can observe, in the Bootstrap website, you can see, they say that better use these package managers. They will say that better use these package managers. That means you can see, they will say that use the package managers. These are package managers. Package managers like npm, yarn, all these are package managers. That means if you have these package managers in your computer, then it is easy to maintain your project. Not only installing, uninstalling, installing, updating to the new versions, everything is easy with these package managers. So you need a package manager, and we are using Node package manager for entire full stack development. We will stick to this npm only, right? So how to install Node.js, I will tell you. Why we are installing Node.js? So from where to install Node.js, I will give you the link here. You just Google nodejs.org. Nodejs.org. This is the official website of Node.js. This is the official website of Node.js. That is the official. You can just Google. If you forgot the name, nothing problem, right? Node.js official website. And you have to go to this website. In this website, you will see two versions are present. 14 and 16 version are present. I am telling you, so remember, don't download this 16. Use only this 14. Don't download that 16 version. That is for the people who already have Node.js and want to upgrade. So if you are first time installing Node.js, you stick to Node.js 14 only, because later you will see 16. As of now, this is enough, recommended for most users, and you use this 14 version, download it. LTS is nothing but long-term support it is actually. So you download this 14 version. When you click on that 14 version, you will see it will download that file. But it is showing it is for Windows. Not only Windows, it is available for all operating systems. You can just click on the link other downloads at the bottom, right? You click on other downloads at the bottom, you will see it will provide download for every operating system. That means you can download this Node.js for every operating system, whether you are using a Apple PC or you are using a Windows PC or Ubuntu or Linux anywhere, this is available. It is cross platform, it can run on any operating system services, but unfortunately it will not work on Windows 7 14 version onwards. You have to update to Windows 8. On Windows 7 it cannot work, so you have to upgrade to Windows 8, otherwise you can't handle several latest features. Not only Node.js, Windows 7 is not compatible with latest technologies we are learning, because in our current concepts, in our full stack development, we have to learn so many advanced versions. Those advanced versions, some compatibility issues will come in version 7, Windows 7. So you have to have Windows 8 and higher, right? Mandatory. So otherwise Node.js will not work for you. Okay, you have to update to that Windows 8, right? Now important, it is available for all platforms. You can install it. For Windows, when you are installing, install this MSI file. Windows people install that MSI file. Don't install this zip file, because zip file is again zip file, extract, copy, so much process will be there. Microsoft installer MSI is very simple. Double click, it will open a setup. You have to just follow the steps, next. So suppose I downloaded here, you click on that node download. I click on that node download. When I click on that node download, you can see that is downloaded there. I cancelled it. Let's open that. I am downloading it. Once it is downloaded, once it is download completed, so that MSI file is downloaded, you have to just click on the downloaded file. It will guide you through steps by step. So a process of step by step. You don't need to worry about any step. Don't need to read also. Just click next, enough. All right. You don't need to worry about any steps given there. You just follow next, and it is done. So you open this file. It will open a setup wizard. It will open a setup wizard. You have to just click the next button until it gives you finish. That's it. You don't need to worry about anything else. Okay. It is already installed in my computer, so I am not reinstalling that. Okay. You have to just click on finish when it is done. So this is a simple process. You have to download and install Node.js. After downloading and installing, you have to test whether it is working or not correctly. Then what you have to do is go to command prompt. You know how to open command prompt, right? So in your Windows run, you can type CMD, right? It opens the command prompt. In the command prompt, what you have to do is, in the command prompt, you have to, anywhere in the command prompt, you have to say node-v, node space -v. It will get the version of Node.js that is installed, right? After installing, check that version, C:/, yep. And another here you have to check npm-v, node version, node package manager version. And if you people already have Node.js installed in your computers, because some people may be already working with that, make sure that the Node.js version is 10 and above, because our latest technologies that we are going to learn in this course will not fit for older versions. Because our technologies that we are learning are suitable only for 10 and above version. Make sure that, because in some companies, people are still using Node 8 versions. So it's not suitable anymore for us, right? You have to upgrade to the latest one, install the latest one. Okay. Now let's open the command prompt. In the command prompt, you have to type node-v. It will get the version of Node.js. Current version here it is 14. And we have 10 above, that's fine. Another one npm-v. So then this is the node packager manager version. Package manager version, make sure that it is 5 above. 5 above. Currently its version is 6, that's good. 5 below, not suitable. So 10 below, not suitable, because our latest technologies require advanced versions. So you have to install these. Okay, once it is ready, That means the package manager is ready. After downloading, installing the package manager, next what you have to do is download and install editor. Download and install editor. Actually, editor is a software which will provide you an environment. For example, suppose one simple example, if you know languages like C, C++, Java and all, if anybody asks like, can I write a C program in Notepad? Yes, you can write. You can write a C program in Notepad. No problem, you can write. You can write a Java program in Notepad. You can write a C program in Notepad. So after writing that program, write the program in Notepad. After that, go to command prompt. There compile that program. After compiling, go to some other location. There see the output. That means developer have to switch between lot of tools and environments. One for writing code, another for compiling, another for watching the output. Now what editor will do is, editor provides an IDE. IDE means integrated development environment. It will provide an integrated development environment. That means it provides one environment, a single environment where you can build the application, where you can debug the application, where you can test the application, and we can deploy the application. Building, debugging, testing, deploying. Building means designing. Debugging means finding the problems and fixing them. Testing means identifying whether it is matching our requirements or not. Deploying means publishing and making it live. And everything you can manage by using one software, that is editor. And worldwide, so many editors are present. You can visit this official website, editor config. This is the official website for editors. You can see this is editor config. These are all editors. Worldwide, so many editors are present. Java people use some editors, .NET people use some editors, PHP people use some editors, Python people use some editors. Java people use editor like Eclipse. Python people use editor like PyCharm. And different people have different editors. These are so many editors. Out of this, we are going to use this Visual Studio Code. We are going to see all the development on Visual Studio Code. For the current technologies, Visual Studio Code is best because it is free, it is open, it is cross-platform, it is free, licensed free. It is lightweight, it is cross-platform, and it is supported by Microsoft. That's good. And several technologies, currently latest advanced technologies like React, Angular, all these technologies use a language. They use a language called TypeScript. They use a language TypeScript. Like React technologies, like Angular technologies use TypeScript. And because instead of JavaScript, TypeScript is used everywhere now. So you are going to see them. And this TypeScript is built by Microsoft. TypeScript is a language that belongs to Microsoft. And your technologies you are using in web development all are TypeScript based. Then Microsoft editor is best for all of them. Why? Because they will provide better support than anybody else in the world because that language belongs to them. So that is the reason there is no objection. You can use any editor in the world, whatever you want. We don't care. But we are going to use the editor called Visual Studio Code. You have to download this Visual Studio Code and install on your PC. Don't get confused. There is a software called Visual Studio. Don't download Visual Studio. We need Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code you can use for Java, .NET, PHP, Python, or general web development. Anywhere, it will support all of them. Visual Studio Code is an editor. You can use Visual Studio Code editor for your development process. So you can go to the official website. You can go to the official website of Visual Studio Code. So you see, this is Visual Studio Code. You can download this on your PC. This is also available for all operating systems. Available for all operating systems. You download and install this Visual Studio Code. Install this Visual Studio Code. Once it is installed, I told you already, no need to worry about the steps. Just follow next. That's it. 2-3 steps are enough. It will download and install. Once it is installed, you can see. Once it is installed, you can see in your programs, you will find Visual Studio Code. This is Visual Studio Code. You can open this Visual Studio Code. This is the editor. I will show you the front screen. Close all this. Yeah. You can see this is the Visual Studio Code home screen. This is the home screen. This is the Visual Studio Code home screen. And this is the editor we are going to use. This is the editor we are going to use for entire development. Everything we will learn here. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery. In future, if you have to learn Angular, React, everything here on. Everything we can build here. It supports everything. So this is enough. This is free. This is cross-platform. It provides good plugins that you need for your development process. So once you downloaded and installed this Visual Studio Code, now what you have to do is, next step, you have to download plugins, you can say extensions for Visual Studio Code. You have to download plugins. Plugins are nothing but extensions for Visual Studio Code. You have to download some plugins for Visual Studio Code. What are those plugins? I will tell you. For example, see, we have to download certain plugins for Visual Studio Code. Open Visual Studio Code. After opening Visual Studio Code, in this Visual Studio Code, you see in the left panel here, there is an option. You see, there is an option. This is an option that is called extensions. That is extensions. There is extensions button there. Left side, you will see there is a small extensions button there. So what you have to do is, you see left side panel, there is an extensions button. This is extensions button. You have to click on that extensions button. When you click on the extensions button, it will ask you to search extensions. It will ask you to search extensions. First important, already I told you, as a web developer to test our projects, we need a server. That means you need to install live server. You have to install a live server to test your project. Every day, whatever you are designing, you have to test it, how it is working. Then yesterday I showed you manually server. Now you can install a server here directly. Then even if you don't have Tomcat, you don't have IIS, no problem. Ready-made server will come inbuilt here. You can use that server. So you can download and install a live server here to run your projects. So you need live server. What you have to do is go here and here search for, in the extensions, search for live server. Search for live server. You see there is live server. Remember, live server, so many may come. So because it is an open source marketplace. So suppose you are watching Play Store. In Play Store, if you want an app, you will search for that app. But similar to that, so many will come. Will you download everything? How you will download, how you will decide which one is best? That general common sense we have, right? You can click on that. You can see it will show the ratings and how many people used it. Right? Based on that, we will use. Because any live server people can use. But if you use something else which is not very popular, and if it is not working, you can't complain on anybody. You can't complain on anybody. If that is not working, leave, uninstall it and install the good one. That means you installed a app on your mobile, which is very low rated. It have technical issues. You can't complain. Just put a message saying, put it 1 rating and write a message. This is useless app. And other than that, you can't do anything. What you have to do, uninstall it and use a better one. That's it. These plugins also same. That's the reason use the better plugin. Better go with this person, Ritwik Day. Right? So download the live server from this particular author. And you can see good ratings are there from so many downloads happened already. So better you install it. What you have to do, you have to click install button here. Already I have installed it. You will get a install button, install it. That means a live server is installed into your Visual Studio. Now you can easily run your projects by using this live server. So you need a live server. You have to install live server. Okay, one more plugin you need. You have to install a plugin called VS Code Icons. You search for another plugin called VS Code Icons. VS Code Icons is nothing but VS Code Icons not mandatory. Server is mandatory. It is compulsory required. But VS Code Icons optional. But if you have, it is good. VS Code Icon is nothing but generally when you are developing an application, hundreds of files will be there. Different types of files will be there, like HTML file, CSS file, JavaScript file. A developer will feel difficulty in recognizing the file by seeing its extensions. Because in order to recognize a file, I have to see the extension of the file. Sometimes lengthy names will be there. I have to scroll left and right and see the extension to know what type of file it is. Instead of that, every file, if it is having a good reasonable icon, it is very easy. For HTML files, HTML icon, CSS files, CSS icon, that is very easy. That you can get by using VS Code Icons. So what you have to do, search for another plugin. What is it? VS Code Icons. VS Code Icons. This is another plugin. You download and install this VS Code Icons plugin. So what is advantage of this plugin is whenever you are creating the files, you can see for every files it will give. You can see here when you are using the files, for every file different icons will come. It is easy for a developer to identify the files by using these icons. Icons will come, reasonable icons, HTML file, HTML icon, CSS file, CSS icon, like that. So better to have this plugin. So install this plugin also. One more important plugin. You have to install another plugin, IntelliSense for CSS class names in HTML. IntelliSense for CSS class names in HTML. You have to download this. It will help you in HTML and CSS very much. That means when you are learning HTML and CSS, while typing itself, it will show suggestions so that you don't need to remember much, so that you can easily select what you are looking for. Even if you misspell, it will give you a suggestion. You can select from there. That will be very easy for us, because on web, hundreds of thousands of things you have to remember. That's very difficult. You can't remember as a beginner, because as a beginner, so many things you have to remember. Later, when you learn CSS, more than 1,000 attributes will be there. You can't remember everything. As per experience, you will remember only what is needed for that situation. Everything impossible. Even you are a baby genius also, you can't remember anything, because millions of things are there in web development. So many attributes will come. That's the reason take help of this IntelliSense. What this IntelliSense will do is it will speed up your work also. While typing itself, it will show the suggestions and you can select, it will complete for you. So you will learn step by step, but you have to make it fast. That you can do with the help of IntelliSense. You search for this. Another plugin, IntelliSense for CSS class names. Yeah, this is IntelliSense for CSS class names in HTML. You have to download this one also. These are all good plugins required for development. So you have to do all these. These are all ready. That means your environment is ready. What are the three things you need to do? You have to install Node.js. Node.js for a package manager. Which package manager? NPM. Second, we need an editor. So many editors are there. Out of that, we are using Visual Studio Code. And after that, we need a plugin. What are the plugins? Live server plugin, VS Code icons, and IntelliSense for CSS class names. Now, once this is ready, your environment is ready. Now we have to learn how to create a new application. How to create a new application. That means how to create a new project. How we can create a new project and how we can start working with this project. This we will see in next session. Tomorrow we will do that. Okay. Today you just try this environment first. Keep this environment ready. So offline people, you can bring your laptops. You can try practically what I am showing in the class here itself, right? So you can bring. And if you have any doubts, I can clarify you. Online people, if there have any doubts at the end of session, they will raise the hand. I will get back to them and I can solve the problems what they are facing. But by tomorrow, you need to keep these things ready on your PC so that we can start building application now. That means we can start designing the project. Practically, we will start working with now. Tomorrow we'll continue. Okay, right.